Hello and welcome to the Complete Hire Equipment WRFL Round 18 preview. Andrew Wilson here with PEPPE CAVALIERI. Hello, Peppy.
Hello, Willow.
Let's start. Rams Division 1, Albion take on St Albans. Who wins?
I think St Albans win, Willow. To be honest, though, both clubs years to forget. Happy to get into the holiday mode. I think the Cats and the Saints, but St Albans a bit too good. I think they've shown it the last few weeks. They've been pretty competitive against some good sides, and I think they'll be too good. Finish their season on a high note.
Yeah, I agree. I think St Albans will win that one. Altona and Hoppers Crossing. This is our match of the day on 88.9 Win FM. It's a bit going on with this result. Altona, the winner of this game, gets top spot and the week off. If Hoppers Crossing lose, they could potentially drop down to fourth and play an elimination final. That dependent on Werribee District and Deer Park winning. This is going to be beauty. Who wins and why, Peppy?
I think Altona, because they're playing at home.
Yep.
And I just think that might be the difference. It was pretty close last time. Hoppers got the win, but it was at Hogan's Road. So I'm just leaning slightly towards Altona. They've been a slightly better team all year. They probably deserved the top spot in the end. Deer Park would have deserved it had they won last week, but they didn't. So it's the Vikings' chance to snatch it, and they can give themselves a week off, although a few injuries down for the Warriors. So if they can get over the line, I think the week off will do them the world of good, but just leaning towards Altona for mine, Willow.
Yeah, I'm going Altona as well. There's a few key injuries there, as you said, Peppy, at Hoppers Crossing out of last weekend's match. Deer Park take on WYNDHAM Vale. This will be pretty one-sided.
Yeah, I think Deer Park, obviously they've got to win. They've got likely not going to drop out of the top three, you wouldn't think. They can't finish on top though, so the best they can do is second.
Yeah, and Spotswood take on Werribee Districts. Werribee Districts can move up to third. Spotswood will be in an elimination final in week one of the finals.
Yeah, Werribee Districts need a bit of help. They need Altona to beat Hoppers Crossing if they're going to have the double chance, but obviously they've got to take care of Spotswood first away from home. Certainly showed some good form last weekend, Willow. Beating the Lions, you don't do that easily any time. So I think they deserve to be going into this game as favourites, and they should win.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Tigers as well. Final game of Rams Division 1 is Sunshine taking on Caroline Springs.
Yeah, I suppose regrettable seasons for both sides, obviously. Bit of bad luck for both teams as well. Sunshine have finished off the season fairly well. We've known for some time that they weren't going to feature in September. And just, I suppose, a kick towards next year, but the Kangaroos for mine.
Yeah, agree there. Division 2, ALBANVALE take on Newport Power. Newport Power's season officially over after their loss last week to Manor Lakes.
Yeah, absolutely. The Power, it's been a good year for them. They certainly built on what they achieved last season, Willow. They won't play finals, but they can win a 7th game against ALBANVALE, which would be a really good achievement for them and set them up for another tilt next year. You've got to remember that it's only their second year in Division 2, having won the flag in Divi 3 a couple of years ago. So they pushed themselves right for a final spot this year, and certainly would expect to play finals next year, I think, and they should win this weekend.
Yeah, they'll win that one, I reckon. And next game is a cracker as well. Winner plays in the elimination final, will take on North Footscray. Manor Lakes hosting Parkside.
Massive game, Willow. A few weeks ago, it looked like Parkside, a couple of games clear, they'd kind of had one hand on it, dropped a couple. And last week, obviously, against North Footscray, who dug really deep with some big players out. So that was a pretty good effort from the Devils. They'll gain some confidence from that, certainly. I just feel like Manor Lakes are coming into some form at the right time of the season. They've got some players back. They're starting to play some good football. And beware them if they win this weekend, which I think they just might. Then they've got to play North Footscray next week, which will be really intriguing given the pantsing they gave them a couple of weeks back. So the Storm for me.
I'm going Parkside to win that one. It's Battle of the Footscrays. North taking on West, and West won this one last time.
They did. Very interesting to see what this result will be, because obviously North Footscray were excellent last week, but they'd been really poor for the few weeks leading up to that. So they got a win where they needed it last week. They need to continue to build their form, because otherwise they're going to be no chance in a cutthroat final against Manor Lakes. They need to improve for that one, or Parkside, whoever it might be. Obviously, let's not make any assumptions. But I think North Footscray just showed a glimpse that they might be coming out of their form slump.
Yeah, I don't think North Footscray will win that one. looks a good game on paper, but it's a bit of a dead rubber this one. First versus second, Yarraville Seddon taking on Point Cook, and they will meet again week 1 of the finals.
You're never sure what's going to happen in a game like this, Willow, because they're going to meet the next week anyway.
That's the one that counts.
Exactly. So, I mean, I tip Yarraville Seddon because they've been the standout all year, but, do they hide something? Do Point Cook hide something? Do you rest players? Yeah, things like that. There's so many elements that come into play for a game like this. Should still be a good game, but perhaps they won't be going quite at 100%.
Yeah. Who wins?
Eagles.
Agree. Division 3, Laverton take on Glenorden. Glenorden got off the bottom of the ladder last week with the win over North Sunshine, but I think Laverton might be too strong in this one.
Yeah, going for their 5th game, win of the year, Laverton. So it's a pretty good result for them, given where they've come from. They've shown great improvement this season. Should be able to get over the top of Glenorden, but it should be a pretty good game. The Hawks obviously coming off the bottom, so that's a good result from them. Most likely not getting the wooden spoon this year.
North Sunshine take on Wyndham Suns.
Oh, geez, I don't know, Willow. I mean, it sounds bizarre to even give North Sunshine a chance, but the way Wyndham Suns have been going lately, dropped 4 of 5. They're a little bit lost at the moment, and I tell you what, they'd better hit some form this weekend. I suppose it's the perfect time to play North Sunshine for them. You almost pencil in a win, no disrespect, obviously, but there should be a big gulf between these two teams. They're going to have to play Braybrook most likely in a final, who've given them some trouble this year. So they better sort themselves out quick, smart, the Suns, or they could be out first week. But yeah, I think they should beat North Sunshine. But gee whiz, they'd better start playing some better footy.
They certainly better. Yeah, I'm tipping the Suns to win that one. Sunshine Heights take on Point Cook Central, who are now top of the ladder, the Sharks. But Sunshine Heights did defeat Wyndham Suns last week, so this will be an interesting game.
Yeah, well, they won't be taking them for granted, the Sharks. That's for certain. They were very good last week in really diabolical conditions at Featherbrook Reserve. It was horrible everywhere, to be honest. I mean, they had the little fire going out there. It was nice. A bit jealous. But anyway, I think the Sharks should be too good. But Sunny Heights obviously in some decent form, so they'll take some beating still. Yeah,
Tarneit take on Braybrook. Tarneit need the win to lock up that double chance. They're playing the 4th place Braybrook, who can't move from that spot.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Tarneit going as favourites. I think their form's obviously been pretty good. They lost last week. Wouldn't expect a side of their calibre to drop 2 in a row, but they do have a few injury woes at the moment, so they don't have their strongest team in. They probably won't have their strongest team in for the rest of the year. It might be a bit of a grind for them. So it's a good, I suppose, litmus test for them heading into the finals. Willow, won't be an easy one for them, and that's the type of game you want to have before going into September.
Yeah, I think Titans win that one too. So this has been the Complete Hire Equipment WRFL Round 18 preview. Good luck to your team this weekend.